The Planned Parenthood facility in St. Louis will be allowed to continue providing abortions despite not having a license. CBSNews.com reporter Kate Smith has been following this story and joins us now to give us a little bit more of insight on what the next steps are. Kate, what's the latest on this?
So just now, the state commissioner filed this brief saying that they will give the clinic a motion to stay. Now, what that means is that they'll effectively be allowed to continue providing abortions despite the fact that the state has not renewed the clinic's license. Now, this is critical because Planned Parenthood has been protected under a preliminary injunction, and that was set to sunset and expire today at 5 p.m. So now with this in place, we know that abortion care will not be interrupted in the state of Missouri because, as we know, this is the state's last abortion clinic.
So what is the next step? What happens from here? What does that mean?
Right. So from here, we're going to go into like an administrative hearing proceeding. And what that means, it's essentially kind of like a court, except it's only on whether or not the license was fairly not renewed. And so all of what we're reading in here is really just about, was it fair of the state to not renew the license? What's critical here to remember is that this will have nothing to do with abortion access. It has nothing to do with Roe v. Wade or Planned Parenthood v. Casey. This is simply whether or not the state was appropriate in its action to not renew the license. Now, in reading this, it seems as if this commissioner believes that Planned Parenthood will ultimately prevail in finding that the state was not fair in not renewing the license. So when you look in here, part of why they issued the motion to stay was because they feel that they may be able to prevail in this case. That is what the commissioner says in this statement. He also disagrees with the state's entire reasoning for why they didn't give the license to begin with. These physician interviews, he doesn't agree with that. He's already nixed that out. But he's also very careful to say in this that this is all administrative. This has nothing to do with abortion access in America. It has nothing to do with any sort of political movement, despite this being such a charged issue. And this is going to be ruled completely on an administrative basis.
And when would we expect to see that next step of a ruling?
So we're expecting that on August 1st. So from now, what happens is we'll go into a period of discovery where the state and then state lawyers and then Planned Parenthood attorneys will request documents from each other to figure out a little bit more about the process by which that license was not renewed. Right now, there is a hearing set for August 1st to go over all that, where each side will present their case. However, I was speaking to a few people that are close to this case on background, and they're telling me that they'll probably be looking to set that back a little bit because that's a very short time frame
for a discovery to pull all of your records together.
Exactly. So they're anticipating that this actually might stretch into later August. But again, because of this motion to stay that we just saw today, Planned Parenthood is safe for now. So there isn't necessarily a rush to go ahead and do that.
All right. Kate Smith, thank you so much for your insight following this closely.
Thank you.